Hey, so I ended up deciding to go ahead and stream today. Kind of between last stream and this one, I've been doing a lot of stuff off camera, such as one thing I started doing is I first worked on setting up stabilizing my endo tank system. Previously, I had it set up in the overworld, which I'm going to show you right now, or I used to have it set up. Previously, I had it mining out down here, and at the end of last episode, I rather quickly discovered that my power ran out, and I was wondering why, and I realized that it seems like all the lava nearby had been drained out over here. So I decided to move the whole system to the nether since it initially was set up before I had access to the nether. So I moved that one to the nether, got it chunk loaded, and voila, I now have stable power. Well, no, not that one. Here we go. No, has this one. And so here we are. This is now where I've been mining out the nether. Hey, welcome. So I've been starting to drain the lakes of the nether to get power. And I think I still have a ways to go before I need to switch to a different location. But after that, I started working on upgrading my blast furnace, because I wanted to start getting up into higher Gregtech tiers. And what I've determined I'm going to make some advanced machine casings. These are very expensive. I've already gotten 4 chrome, which that was lots and lots of redstone. So to get chrome, you need to get chrome dust, which you get from 9 ruby dust. To get ruby, unless you find it in the world, which I haven't found too much in the world, you need 10 redstone for 1 ruby. So, so for the initial batch that I've already completed to make this block, it cost me 360 redstone, and I made some fried rice for dinner. But yeah, it cost me 350, I guess, redstone dust, 350 units of redstone dust just to make this single block. And now for the next piece of the crafting recipe, I need 6 more plates, which that's a bit more. So this is still going, and each of these recipes takes 350 seconds to make. So it's a tedious recipe. And let's turn this off while I'm here. But I also, in addition to upgrading my machine casing, I spent a lot of time mining in one of my ages and got to the point where I was able to build a query. So I have had that running for a little while now, so that's kind of good. It's decreasing the grind a bit, but I've been pretty much going through all the tin that I've been gathering with my query. But luckily, it looks like I actually got some diamonds. That's actually a good thing. And redstone, coal, and a bit of ruby. That's very useful. So initially I started out with two Sterling engines, and I determined it was way too slow. So I upgraded to added one magnetic engine. But then I decided might as well just replace the two of those Sterling engines with magnetic engines. So now this is actually going at a pretty decent pace. Initially, I ran into lava pretty high up, so I had to add water to prevent the query from going all crazy. And it's been collecting a pretty decent amount of resources. It just takes some time. And this was the first iteration of the query, and then I decided to make it a little bit bigger. But since going to the end and getting the resources I needed for a jetpack, it have significantly simplified things because I can have a lot more powerful armor, and I don't have to rely on the other jetpack. Which the issue with the other jetpack is the power fist would use that as a first priority when mining out resources. So if I wasn't careful and I was mining too long, I would end up with my jetpack completely drained, and I would be unable to fly, which that in some cases could be very dangerous. So I needed to get that upgraded as soon as I could. Yep, trying to schedule it more just so I can get more people watching. And so, let's see what. So what's something I can do while I wait for this process, which takes a very long time? Nope, there was no quest book. This is FTB Unhinged, so this is 1.52, so quest books didn't exist back then. Really, the only goal is to kind of incre increase your level of technology in the Gregtech. That's kind of the only goal. 'Cause this is kind of it's very much kitchen sink pack, I guess, but it's not an easy one. So no quest book. My only goal is I really want to play through the entire Gregtech system in 1.52, and then I want to go and start playing through it again on the newer versions. So it's kind of a bit of a personal goal too, is just to get through the entire playthrough. And this is Gregtech does not make things easy. All right. And until you automate things, it's kind of grindy a bit. Eventually, I plan to automate things. I have partitioned one of my image drives just to be cobblestone so that I am not running out of cobblestone, because this drive ended up getting completely full of cobblestone. But actually, that's something I can do is I can work on IO bus. That way I can get some of that cobblestone out of the IO bus, out of the current spot it is in. Good point. Sometimes I guess you're kind of right. If it's very simple to do everything, it's I guess not as satisfying. Though eventually it gets once you automate things, it is kind of satisfying because you've grinded so much that uh, you now have programmed your entire system to do all the grinding for you. Also, once you automate the basic stuff, you can start grinding on the more complex stuff. Yes, good point. Though some of those Lego games are really not, I guess, worth the time playing them, and really the only way to actually play them is to use an auto clicker, but at that point, what's the point? Alright, perfect. And now let's hook this guy up. Let's grab this guy and this guy. Let's put this guy on that side and this guy here. Let's and I need a lever. Ah, yes, here we go. One lever. Oh, wait a minute. That was completely not what I wanted. Ah, of course. That was why. Yep, that's actually was exactly why. So, there. That should do it. Now I will just do it there. And there. Much better. Now if I remove this, well, okay, there's still some cobblestone. Alright, let's see. See which one has the cobblestone in it. Alright, so it's that one. So let's throw this guy here. This one here. The rest of these in here. And let's... Right in here. Let's see. Alright. Alright, so if I remove this one and I throw these two back in here, there should be no more cobblestone. Awesome. Alright. And let's see. This is still going, of course. So I guess sometimes with all this stuff in Gregtech, you can have to multitask a bit because things take a really long time. I still have tons of mercury cells, which I can't really use right now. Oh, what? Oh, looks like this is complete. All right. Now, if there was only a way to move these engines without losing the lava in there, that would be nice. But, oh well. I guess I'm gonna start taking, disassembling the query and then moving it. I really need to create an indoor chest or something to kind of just move it that way. So did you ever figure out the mod conflict issues that were plaguing you yesterday? Oh, so you did get to TP into the new world now. Well, good. So what was the mod that was causing the issue? Oh, yeah, that's strange. I know someone reported some kind of issue with Indo.io when working with FTBU, but I haven't actually had a chance to diagnose that specific issue. Oh, I thought a while back Pixelmon got shut down by Nintendo. I'm kind of surprised to see that it's back again. Sometimes that happens. So legally, they have the complete legal right to shut it down. Because it is their Pokemon is their copyright. It's annoying that they shut it down in the first place, but I guess it's in their prerogative. So why can't they shut it down this time? Yeah, good point. Also, it is kind of bad for publicity, so that's I'm sure it's probably not something they want to bother with because kind of affects the publicity of a company if they'll being super heavy-handed. Yeah, debatable. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I'm glad I upgraded that cell to a 16K because I'm gonna need it. Yeah, the other option is to do deep storage units, and I've kind of determined deep storage units are extremely expensive in this pack to the point of in order to make a deep storage unit, I need one of these blocks. And these blocks cost 360 redstone, not including the other expensive parts. So it's a little bit easier just to go with AE. Yeah, yeah, I'm now at 39,000 cobblestone. Well, looks like I'm finally gotten all the cobblestone. But oh, no, I skipped a chest. I did not get all the cobblestone. Uh, we don't have, this is before extra utility, so you can't compress cobblestone. Oh, what mod is it then? Oh, I tried that. I'm guessing that's not a feature yet in AE. Oh, I guess I could do it that way. No, that doesn't work. Oh, yes, that works. I was having trouble figuring out how to do that combination, but thanks. Alright, looks like you got everything from the query. Now I just need to determine when I move it, do I move the entire apparatus or should I just leave the generators and whatnot where they are and route cabling to the new location for the query since it's going to be in the same dimension. Not very expensive. That's my point. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's a bit cheaper than a Tesseract, so I'll just do cabling for now. Alright. Alright, so let's see. What's a good conduit? Let's see. Yeah, stone is probably good enough because. Oh, actually, no, I probably want. But higher, this is probably the entire. Let's see. Hmm. I'll just do. Do I? Yeah. Probably gold is probably too high. I'll just do stone. Let's do a little bit of that. And a bit of redstone. Alright, let's see. Should have brought those markers. There we are. Alright, let's see. Mm, yeah, I'd say right about here is probably good. Oh, alright. Yeah, I don't want you guys to be interrupting my day, so there. There we go, perfect. Now I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the rest of the stuff, at least what's in reach. If I can't reach it, it's not actually an issue because it'll be high enough that the query won't bother with it. Yeah, uh, that would be probably maybe the tree capital mod, but that's not gonna be heal because that'll well, there's the vein mine'll, but yeah, that one was not a thing yet. Also, very few Gregtech packs are going to have a vein mine'll. I do like having fast leaf decay though, because the leaves kind of get a little bit annoying. Right. Yeah, there might be a bit more wood, what might be a bit more leaves, but I don't think it matters if a couple of leaves get voided. We'll take the grass down, but alright. Now to lay the cabling. Right, that should do it there. And there. Perfect. And I'm just gonna throw these markers and this stuff in here. Might as well just leave them in this world have so I don't have to mess with going back to my base to grab stuff. And let's go. So you get some redstone and a level. Those stone, a little bit. Man, I'll just take a stack just so I have enough. And one level. Alright, and no, that's not it. go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, perfect. Now I can turn this on and off when I need to. Let's see. Do I? Yeah, I think I need a different type of pipe there. Let's see. Hmm. To use my emeralds or not to use my emeralds? Yeah, I think I'll go with just a wooden one, just for now. If I need to, I'll come back and use the emeralds, but I only have 2 of them, so let's see here. There we go. And let's throw this back in here. Ah, here we go. And let's try this again. Alright, we have connection. Let's see. Good. These are not bottling up, that's good. That means that pipe is enough for those 3 engines. Yeah. These are only outputting 4 mg per tick, so they are fine. Alright, now that that's running, I should probably... Oh. And this was part of why I would have wanted it to be close, so I just realized something. This area is not going to be chunk loaded. That could be a problem. Alright. Now I just need to figure out a way to get it chunk loaded. An angle shouldn't be too difficult. A little bit costly on diamonds, but eventually I should have enough diamonds that won't be an issue. Alright, so I think I want to keep this section always loaded, so I'm just going to throw that in there. Now I can kind of start checking on how everything else is running. And let's turn this off since I'm going to be spending some time back here. So yeah, let's see here. Yeah, it's still going. Very, very slowly. Alright. Yeah, I'll just throw this in there, make some silicon, and also cells is something that it uses a lot of. So wherever I can, I'm trying to convert the silicons back into empty cells. You know what? Let's probably move this. Hopefully I don't lose the hours. Nope, good. Let's see here. Yeah, you do. Believe it's, well, oh, I am not sure. You could probably snoop around the code, but I'm not sure how you do it into Java code. Probably, I believe there's a selection API, so that you could just set the selection API. So I believe there was a selection handler API that handles all that stuff with selections. And full essentials actually listens to an interaction event and uses that to set the position. Great. Alright. One inverter. Uh, There we go. That should keep this apparatus loaded, and this piece will be loaded by the query itself. Mm, yeah, that's not ideal. I definitely want to make sure that it is in the same chunk. Okay. Oh, perhaps I shouldn't have used gravel. All right. One cobblestone. There we go. Now this will load the main chunk where all the work is in, plus the extra ones. That way, this area, I want to make sure that as I move the query, that these chests will remain loaded. But yeah, I think the more I think about it, I think it's very important. I should probably invest in a tesseract. That way, I'm not futzing with this entire chunk loading situation. Yeah, that is a nice thing. But yeah, that there's a lot of quarried stone. Lots of it. Well, I think my query has itself under control now, so let's go check back on the other stuff that's running in the background. Yeah, still going very, very slowly. Let's see. Yeah, the redstone's slowly going down. That's good. Good sign. I am probably gonna run out of tin again at some point. And most definitely I'm gonna be running out of tin cells pretty soon. But let's see, do I have any tin here? I believe I do from my last operation. Like I'm saying, I'm going through tin faster than my query can make it. And this isn't even for the recipe. This is just for the cells needed to keep the operation going. I haven't quite determined what I'm going to be doing with the mercury. It doesn't seem like there are much uses out, and it looks like it can be used later down the road in the industrial grinder to get 3x output, or burnt in the magic energy converter, which is a very expensive machine since it requires a beacon. So, yeah, I'm not sure. That or I just use the extractor and empty them all. Though, probably should just take the fluid out of them using a fluid can or something. to store the fluid somewhere. But yes, seeing as Mercury doesn't exactly have that much uses, it's an output of several things, but doesn't really have many uses. I'm thinking I should probably just throw it away. There's only so much I can really use of it, and I'm better off just to get the cells back. But I'll figure it out. But that's how much mercury has been produced by this operation. It's insane a little bit. Let's see. Is there anything I can do up on my mob farm while I wait? Let's see. Yeah, I guess I could get some XP. I haven't quite gotten the XP thing down with the fall dropper. Actually, I think I have a slightly better sword for getting XP. Probably, I probably need to repair it, but let's see. Actually, can I grind down this helmet? I'm not sure I can. Because it's damaged, I probably can't. Actually, I guess I could throw in the alloy smelter and see if I can get anything out of it. Nope. Alright, I'll just grab some gold. Uh, Too expensive to repair. Okay. Seeing as this requires very advanced components, I'm probably just gonna have to go with this sword. The reason I made this sword was I needed to get a carrot. So I, since I kept having issues getting a sword with looting, I decided go ahead and try with a golden sword and do 30 levels on the golden sword. It does have the downside of not lasting very long, but I guess that's just that. Alright, see you later. That's a little bit better, but still. Guess if I want to get exactly that enchantment. Can I do it the opposite? Nope. Yeah, probably will get better luck enchanting a new sword. Alright. Yeah, that's still good. Let's keep it off when I'm not there, so it's not wasting too much power, but luckily I have another one. Though I should probably make an additional cell. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take a little break and I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Alright, I'm back. So, this centrifuge is still going very slowly. Let's see how my query has been going. Hmm. Ah, of course. I forgot to actually turn that back on. Well, that's how my query's been going. It stopped because it ran out of power. Alright, so I'm just I'm still doing this miscellaneous things while I wait for wait for the machines to finish what they're doing. So what I'm working on here is I have a platform at the end that I am using for fighting Endermen. And they're not quite spawning because I don't think there's enough room between me and the Endermen. So I'm working on expanding the platform. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Alright, let's check here. 1, 2. Alright. So, on the topic of the end, I really think it would be cool if someone made a music video that was to the Doors song The End. That would really fit with this dimension. Especially if it was an Enderman singing it. Alright. Let's remove this guy. Alright. Let's check, make sure there are no Endermen spawning elsewhere. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's make sure there's nothing super nearby that could be affecting my mob cap. Yeah, these guys are probably affecting the mob cap a bit. So let's light this area up. Alright. That should that should do it. So now let's get these guys off here. Alright. Alright. Let's mine this guy out. Aluminum, nice. Alright, there, that should do it. Make sure nothing can spawn here anymore. See, yep, I think that's good for that island. So hopefully the only place that they can spawn now will be over here. They never quite figure out that I'm just baiting them. Alright, let's expand this guy a little bit. Builder's Wand would be kinda nice here. But again, I'm back on 1.52, so that thing didn't really exist back at this point. I'm thinking soon I want to do another Gregtech series with the 1.710 Gregtech, but I haven't really decided when to do that. Ah, yes, perfect. Just about perfect. Yeah, let's expand this a tiny bit out. You know what? There. Alright. I just feel like saying to them, you can't hurt me. You cannot hurt me. My almost just too powerful for you guys. Alright. Let's see how things are going here. Let's see, what can I use this for again? I believe this is a lapis alternative, but might be have some other uses as well. Okay, so I can get a little bit of silicon. It's good for getting sodium, which in the newer versions you can use sodium for making batteries, but I'm not sure I don't think that's the thing here. So yeah, it's not too many uses. gas. So furic acid, however, does have some useful things, so I probably will want to create a chemical reactor at some point. Yep, it's good for making batteries, but you need stibnite first, so let's see. I knew there was some other use for it, other than making batteries. Maybe not. Alright. Okay. Yep, this one's still going too. See? Yeah, it's a lot deeper than it was previously. So I probably should get a water bucket, as eventually it's probably gonna hit lava. Yeah, here's about good. No, that's not too good. There we go. Okay. I need to do a corner. There we go. There we go. So, one good thing is due to the mechanics of waddle spread, and if you place the waddle kind of right here, the water will actually eventually spread to the entire quarry, only requiring one bucket. So that's always a benefit. Of course, if we ran into lava right away, we might have some issues. But ideally, it will be completely filled by the time we ran into lava. Let's see. Tesseracts doesn't look like it's too expensive. I'll need to make a liquid transposer, but that actually looks pretty reasonable. And of course I will need two of them, because I need one to be on the power side. Well, I'll need a little bit more, because I'll need one for items and one for things that aren't items. That'll use the Gregtech one, which is way more expensive. Alright, I think what I need to do next is I need to set up some thermal expansion machines. So I'll just let this continue to run and I'll go back to my base and find a good spot for thermal expansion. So my base, pretty much the entire real estate is pretty much taken up, but I guess this corner is actually free. I used to have a bunch of chests over here, but I moved them all out, so that corner is free. Let's see. So I made a pulverizer, but I don't really have any other kind of thermal expansion type machines. So I first will probably need to start on something for power. I think I'll go the magmatic route just because that's the simplest. Well, actually, the electric route is probably also might work. The issue is I'm not sure. I don't think I can plug this electrical engine into the high voltage. So yeah, I think it's probably better just to have a separate power grid. I'll just go with one magnetic engine for now, just because once I get up to a point that I need more, I'll probably have been able to migrate my query to use a tesseract, which means I would have 3 extra magnetic engines. Let's see. Fluid duct. Right. Yeah, let's do it. And you know what? I'm just gonna tear these down. I set these up as an easy way to get experience, but I don't really need them right now, or probably not any at all. All right. Say, yeah, I think right about here is probably good for the magnetic engine. So, hmm. Probably need to have some kind of machine placed down first. That's probably why. Ah, okay. Let's see. There we go. All right. Hey, welcome back. All right, let's see. I don't think a lead cell energy. I don't think there was the leadstone frame at this in this current state of the mod. So, all right. So, seeing as I also, if I break these, I lose their inventory in this current state. I don't think there's a really a good, I don't really know if there's a good clan features. At one point, we wanted to make there was an idea to have a factions module, but that really never materialized. So there really isn't. I don't think there is a good clans module. So, and I recommend not using factions because it never really got finalized. So it just adds a bunch of bloat to your permission files. But yeah, I think you'd have to find another mod that does the clan stuff. But cool. Yeah, it would be really nice to see a good faction thing. Really, one of the things that needs to be rebuilt is the entire claiming system. So having a good claiming and factions type system would actually be very good. So if you want to work with me on kind of coming up with some ideas for a good claiming system, because that's been one thing I've wanted to work on. I just haven't had the energy to actually work on. Okay, so let's let's get back to what I was trying to think. I need liquid transposal, and I probably need a crucible. So let's get some old glass. Yeah, I think I like chunks first. I kind of agree with doing chunks versus selections. You can selections are good, but I'm not sure they're super good on performance. So doing it chunk based might be a little bit better, but I think really it just what needs to be figured out is how to really have something that's flexible but not be super heavy. And the other thing that kind of I really would want to do is I don't think it wouldn't be chunk based claiming. I think what I would do is it would be more cube based claiming because I would want any kind of claiming system to be compatible with cubic chunks. So it would need to be able to do however it did the claiming would need to be able to be done in a 3D grid. So perhaps a mix might be good. That's one thing that the bucket factions does it at a chunk based instead of as at a block based. Whereas, for example, the golden shovel mod grief protection is at a block base. So I think I'm not sure what is the best solution. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Is it would be every 16 by 16 by 16 cube would be able to be a chunk or would be able to be claimed as a block. And the reason to do that instead of just claiming, say, for example, X amount of blocks is if you'll it simplifies things on the back end. I think if the claims are at the chunk level instead of being at the block level. And also one very big issue is doing at the block level with the current plot system is without extra checks, it's very easy to have overlapping plots, which can cause all kinds of issues. So if you're doing it on a chunk by chunk basis, and you'll instead of claiming a region between X and Z, you just claim one cube and you just claim cubes. So cubes would not be able to be overridden versus say you're claiming a region which if you're not careful could be overlapping. Yes, something like that. Yeah, I'm thinking that's probably a good idea. And that, for example, in cubic chunks, the sections in cubic chunks, that functionality doesn't quite exist. It's more of that there's now infinite amount of sections. So you wouldn't want to be checking based on the section itself. But okay, back to what I was doing. Alright. Oh, turn this back on. So I might need another magmatic engine just because the way it seems like it's currently working out is until I have some kind of battery, I'm going to need one magmatic engine for machines, and it seems like the magma crucible, I'll need both a magma crucible and an infuser. Not an infuser, a transposer. see, invol, yeah, definitely just about out of invol. So zinc, see, heal, it's this guy. Iron and nickel, not zinc. Alright, let's do, yeah, let's, a little bit about that. I never lied to say it, but I'm starting to get lower on iron. I'm just gonna do 2. All bottles of hopper ladle. See. Alright, let's see. What is. Oh, that's what's holding it up. I have now run out of cells. Alright, so. Heal. And heal. There we go. Now let's see. 10. Alright. Okay. Let's see. Heal. Let's see. That should be enough wood. Now let's work on a magma crucible. Two of these. Okay, so that used to put on all my steel. So, iron. Iron to refined iron. And I'm going to change the priority. Okay, so let's see. Both of these require copper and copper. That's both. Yes, copper and copper. So, 2, 3, 4. Right, and let's see. Okay. Oh, so this one actually doesn't want copper. This one wants. No, that's copper. There we go. Alright. So, see, lead. Let's throw this here. Let's dismantle this device for now. There's another one. Place magma crucible here and transposer here. And place that here. So I'm gonna pick this up just so I can get the side configurations. So don't want any inputs for now. Want an output there. And let's configure this one. Don't want anything on the top or the side. And do want an input there. That should do it. Let's see. Okay. So I was hoping it would keep the configuration, but I guess it doesn't. Alright, and let's see. There we go. Okay, what are you doing down there? I do not know how cows manage to get out of their pens. I definitely haven't seen it in the new version, so I think that's just an old bug with 1.52. Because this is the first time this happened on camera, but several times off camera, animals would escape from their pens, mostly cows and chickens, and I would have to go put them back in their pen. Alright, back to what I was doing. Nope, that doesn't do it either. Alright. There we go. Alright. Now that that has been built, Now it's time to work on a cell. I think should be the first thing I work on just so I can have a better thermal expansion power system. Right. Good thing I made that hardened glass. I had a feeling I would need it. And one of these. Right, and I need a little bit of destabilized redstone. I believe 16, I think. I think it's 1 per 250 per dust. Let's see. No, it's 100 millibuckets. Let's see, what is the redstone block for that matter? Is it 9 or is it 10? Oh, that's probably a compressor recipe. Yep. Alright. See. 9. So there isn't any point in compressing it. So 10 will be enough for 1 bucket. Alright, so that means I need 40 redstone. Right. Throw that in here. See. Yep. Now I just wait. Oh. Yes, that was what I needed this for. And what I needed the tin for. Now, I'll save that for later. Let's get 32, and I'll come back for the rest. So I will need more electrum. Okay, so I need exactly 4 electrum. Silver, 2, gold, 2, so the lead back there. So what's your pack kind of like? What kind of mods do you have? Oh, you mentioned there was Pixelmon, but what kind of other mods do you have other than kind of the base Pixelmon? Cool. And so I think Folds Essentials has an economy. So what's the economy light mod for? Is that for Pixelmon integration? Cool. Okay. Let's see. Alright, that's just about ready. And it's going. Hurrah. Well, cool. So, on the note of a auction house mod, I just remembered a member of the Cubic Chunks community is working on a trading mod that kind of works with Forge Essentials. So perhaps look into this mod and see mod actually if that mod actually fits what you need it to do. Right? One redstone energy cell. Oh, it might be possible. All right. Yeah, I'm not too surprised that there was no wiki on that mod. I know he's been doing some stuff, but I don't exactly know what his mod exactly does other than that he works with Forge Essentials. Okay, alright. This is what I need. Yeah, I'm just gonna grab all of them. Yeah, that's kind of what. Yeah, the cube claiming is kind of something that's really because the thing I was realizing when trying to think of a good claiming system is I realized due to the fact that FE is really the only mod that supports cubic chunks, and in the cubic chunks world, you have an infinite amount of y and y and y area effectively. That doesn't really make sense to claim an entire chunk anymore. And cubic chunks, it more makes sense to say claim a section. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. One thing to note was selection is doing selection based claiming does increase the complexity, and that was the biggest. So if and that's kind of an issue is full distinguishers with all plots. I don't think we ever really did selection claiming correctly, and as a result, there's all kinds of bugs with plots. So selections is something to, I guess, be aware that selections can cause some issues. However, I was thinking you might say the outer chunk can only be claimed as say you have an initial player, they can only claim their section as cubes, and then inside the section they could make selections that they could sublet to other players. 'Cause the biggest issue is trying to prevent overlapping selections and not be too heavy-handed. So I think there's just a lot of things you'd have to kind of think about with selections. You had forgotten about something. Ah, there we go. Now we'll keep going. Too many things at once. Let's see, how much redstone do I need now? So, 16 ought to do it. Let's put some output chests down for that, though. Okay, that was actually pretty quick. So yeah, let's not put a chest there. Alright. You know what? Let's not put chests here for now. Oh, I can always put them on later. Alright. So let's replace these conduits. And let's make some more glass. So it doesn't quite work. Selection claiming is implemented, but it doesn't work correctly. So that's the main issue with selection claiming is it needs to be effectively rewritten because it doesn't quite work correctly. There's just all kinds of bugs, and I haven't had a chance to even go through all of the bugs that are there. So there's just a lot of issues with selection claiming. The problem is I don't actually know what part is broken. I know one thing which was an issue was claiming on based on was the ability to make overlapping claims, which that could, for example, cause someone to overwrite another player's claim. Another bug that existed a while back was that anyone who wasn't the owner of a claim could delete the claim, but the owner of a claim could not delete their own claim. So yeah, there's just all kinds of issues. Also, another thing is the plot system wasn't actually done as a module. It was actually done as part of the economy module instead of being its own module. Oh, no wonder it wasn't outputting anything. Why what? So why was the plots built as a separate module? Oh, so to answer that question, I don't know. That was done way before I was even involved in this project, so I have no idea why it was done as part of the economy module. That's that's one of the things. A lot of stuff in photosynthesis. There's all kinds of pieces in that I have no idea how it worked because I only got involved very late in the project. So there's just all kinds of different things that some things work, some things don't. And I've quickly realized that if I wanted to fix everything in photosynthesis, it would require it basically would be a full-time job to fix everything in photosynthesis, and I just can't dedicate that much time to it. But I'm glad you can have more people in the community who want to contribute, because that will kind of help fix some of those issues. Because I just don't have enough time anymore. So either that, or I can either play Minecraft, or I can fix photosynthesis bugs. So that's. But I'll probably work on that too. Alright, let's see. Let's put these conductors back. Alright. Alright. Let's go into this one. Well, it's still going. Getting deep. So one thing as you can get closer to having and implementing a factions idea, one thing that'll probably be rather helpful is commit it somewhere in Git so I can kind of start looking at it and we can kind of start. One thing is if you want to make a contribution to FE, I'll probably put it somewhere that we can kind of collaborate and for big contributions. That's really one thing that I want to make sure that it's really done correctly. I've almost while I feel that anything would be better what we have now, I still want it to be done correctly. So once we kind of once you kind of get to a stage that you feel like you can start commit it to a separate branch so I can kind of start looking at it and making critiques. Awesome. All right. Now that was what I wanted to do. The whole reason for getting into this part of the mod was the Tesseract. All right. One Tesseract frame. Uh, more 10, of course. Seeing as I need the 10 for other things, I'll make the frame a little bit later. Let's see, 10. Though actually, come to think of it, my query probably has a little bit of 10 ready to go, so I'll just go borrow some. Yes, perfect. A little bit of 10. And I'm just going to try using the pulverizer. And I'll go over here and put, well, no, this machine's in use, so I'll just throw this on the pulverizer. Alright, looks like I have a little bit of tin. Oh, yeah, I'll need two of these. And a little bit of electrum. Alright, two tesseracts. Perfect. Now let's connect one down here, give it a channel. One. Power. Oh, plus. Power. Check. Alright. And now let's go here, go to this tesseract. And let's place this tesseract. Yeah, let's see, I could probably place it right over here. See. See. Receive only. And main power. Check. Alright. Back to my base. Of course. Need to make sure the chunk loader's on so that I can verify that this works and put this in send only mode. Alright. I don't see any kind of action, but see. Yeah, perhaps I actually need to put it on the right type of block. Perhaps it doesn't work on that type of block. So let's try heal, receive only, and check. Alright. Seems like it's going a bit faster. Yep, it's, it's going. So, yeah, it has a factions module, but it doesn't. That module just needs to kind of be revamped. So I think it was we had an idea at one point to start it, but it never got finished. So it has some functionality, but it's never really been fully fleshed out. So the idea would be to kind of flesh it out and give it a really good factions module. And it has some basic stuff, but it does need a bit fleshing out and potentially just a complete rewrite. I'm not sure what, because the biggest issue with the factions module is I think the whole thing's one file. So probably just needs a little bit of refactoring and TLC. But if you look, all the silicon plates, all this is just from making the ruby dust. So there's a lot of stuff. But I think at this point, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap up the episode because I'm kind of it's getting a little bit late and it's a Sunday, so I need to go into work in the morning tomorrow. So I'm just gonna wrap it up. So thanks for showing up and have a good evening.